again. How was the first unit for you, the unit on ethics? Did you manage to go through? Did you attempt the assignment at the end? Did you experience any difficulties, any challenges? How was it for you? You can unmute. Joseph, you are connecting from Namibia. Did you experience any challenges with the first unit?
Yes, good day, Mr. Tim again. I go through the unit for ethic and morality, whereby they give various scenario, and I also look at the scenario for the assignment. I read the whole, but I didn't attempt the assignment yet. But
Okay.
yeah, but I read through everything. I read the assignment, the content, and what we expected. But I'll attempt today or tomorrow.
Yeah, usually you have about a week from the day the assignment is released till the completion time. So you still have some time. Yeah, but were there any difficulty, challenges, or questions arising from Unit 1?
Yeah, actually, what I read from Unit 1, they are only giving us what normally is it's actually trying to give us the correlation between the clinical technician or engineer and the medical personnel.
Yes.
In terms of their working relation. And they're also explaining that whenever you repair or do something, that spare part or anything should remain as a property for the owner.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't really attempt to work if you suspect of contamination or if any infection or hazard around the equipment and stuff like that. And I think SOP also have to come in there when you are attempting to add any machine or anything or any working environment.
Yes.
They're also talking about how you should be honest and trustworthy, and in fact you are dealing with human life, whereby as a clinical engineer you must also, like, you, even though you didn't take an author like the medical people, but you need to work trustworthy and honest, and you should know that you are not gambling with people's lives.
Mm.
Yes, that's what I've catch up so far.
Oh, that's great. Wonderful. You did spend some time with that content, so well done.
Yes, and the other thing is also, I worked before. I think maybe it's that this one just my input, and I know it should be applicable to every technical person, whereby you need some time to follow the manual whenever you are attempting to a machine. Safety precautions, safety first. Actually, I consider safety first. You should at least have yes.
And actually, the unit you'll be doing today is on safety and hazard management.
Yes.
Yeah, so well noted.
Okay.
Jason, how was Unit 1 for you? Did
For
you
me,
have time to go through? Yes.
Yes, I did go through it. I've actually done the assignment so far.
Oh, great.
I'm just struggling to get to 400 words. That's the only thing, because I've basically stated everything up to about 300 words already.
Yes.
But yeah, as Joseph said, yeah, most of that stuff I also covered in the writing. Yeah, it's quite interesting, I must admit. There's some stuff I didn't know there that was brought up. But yeah, very interesting so far. And I thought now with the equipment that they would need to get a substitute.
Sorry, hold on. Let me just mute Jacques. Okay, go ahead, Jason.
No, that's all. That's all.
Okay. For the word limit, remember it's the maximum. So it could be less. You don't have to hit that upper limit. So if, for instance, say the word limit is 700, you can write up to 500, 450, 600, 650, as long as you don't exceed 700. So it shouldn't be a problem if you don't have enough words to get to the maximum limit. Okay. Sibusiso Kunene, you're connecting from Swaziland, Eswatini. Did you manage to go through the first unit on ethics? And how was it for you? Were there any difficulties, challenges, questions?
Okay, I did go through it last night, but I haven't had a chance to actually attempt the assignment. I browsed through it and I read it and I did the minor things like putting in my name and reading the instructions. When this session ends, I'm then going to go into really answering the questions. Yeah, so I was just going through the slides and the content so far.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
And for you, Monsieur Jacques, how was the first unit? I know you did send a message that you have not been able to do the assignment, which is fine. Like I said, you have 1 week from the day you start till the time you finish. So there's still time to do the assignment, not a problem. But how was the content? Were there any areas that were challenging, or you have any questions arising from unit 1? Monsieur Jacques? Oh, Jacques, we can't hear you. Jacques, we cannot hear you. Okay, while you're sorting out your microphone or your audio, the unit for today and tomorrow have been released. That's on safety and hazard management. Unit 2, which is going to be one of the most interesting units in this course. And Mr. Alan Whiteford and myself will be handling that unit. In that unit, there are videos, and there's a course just like the one you did on unit 1, okay, that you follow through. And inside that course, there are embedded videos as well that you can watch. So don't skip the videos. And there's a practical aspect to unit 2. And I'll take you to the content right now to show you. So when you finish the theoretical part of unit 2, you go to the practical content, you will see that there's one that has been released that goes along with unit 2, where Mr. Alan Whiteford will be explaining how to use the electrical safety analyzer in testing an equipment and how to record those values. Because every time you do preventive maintenance or repairs in an electromedical device, you need to test for safety. There are 2 types of tests you do. You test for performance to check that that device is still working according to manufacturer specification. And there are testing equipment that you can use to do that, depending on what type of equipment you have repaired or serviced. So each one have got their testing equipment. But for all other devices, electromedical devices, apart from testing for performance, you also need to test for safety. And the equipment we use to test for safety is the electrical safety analyzer. where you can test for leakage current, you can test for the quality of the grounding, and so on and so forth. So the electrical safety analyzer is the one you use to test to make sure that all the leakage currents are within their limits, the equipment is properly grounded, and that there are no risks of electric shock, either micro shock or macro shock hazards. So that's the practical side. Mr. Whitefield will take you through that in a video in the practical side, but the theory side will be explained. And as we go through the theoretical content, you will see that one of the videos takes you through the physiological effects of electricity in the human body. So you know what happens when electricity passes through the human body at different levels of current. What can happen? So that gives you an idea how dangerous electricity passing through human tissue is, and why we take all of these steps to make sure that we limit the amount of current that passes through the body, that only values that are safe and therapeutic are allowed through the human body as we connect equipment to patients. And that's why we do these tests. So today's content will take you today and tomorrow, and I'm going to share screen now so we can go through the content, and I'll show you the different sections. There are videos, like I said, there are text-based material. So I go through content, and there's an activity at the end as well. So for today, you go to learning content, and there you will see that it's on safety and hazard management, unit 2. There's a 3D video on understanding electrical hazards. Then you have a presentation by Mr. Alan Whiteford on safety and hazard management. And then I will be talking about, well, I have a PowerPoint or course on understanding safety hazards. Then there's another 3D video on hazard identification and analysis. Oh, no, this is a course, hazard identification and analysis. So the first one is a 3D video. The second one is a PowerPoint presentation with narration. And then another 3D video on understanding safety hazards, and then a course on hazard identification and analysis. And here you can download the notes for hazard identification and analysis. Then you have your activity 2.0, which is like a quiz, but you'll get to that activity at the end of the course. If you try to access the activity and you're not able to do that, then it's because you have not finished the content. Because some of these activities, you need to walk through the whole content first for that unit before it allows you to do the activity, because you cannot have the requisite knowledge to do the activity without going through the content. So take note of that. Now, once you're done with the theoretical side of unit 2, then you will go down to practical content. You click on it, you will see that the first one on electrical safety analyzer has been released. And if you click on it, you will see a demonstration. It's a video that explains how the electrical safety analyzer works and how it is used and how you use it, connect to equipment, do your measurements, and record the values. There's another one here from Fluke, because we try to give you options. In your workshop, you could be working with equipment from Fluke as a manufacturer, or you could be working with an electrical safety analyzer from Rigel. Sometimes we try to introduce both, so that whichever one you come across as you service or maintain or work with medical devices, at least you have an idea. You are not totally clueless. You know how to navigate your way through that equipment. Okay, so the theory part, the practical side, and then the activity. The activity is at the end of unit 2. And that is the content for today and for tomorrow. And for that activity, you have a week from today to complete it. You see the due date is 4th of April. So this is the material that have been released for today and tomorrow. I will not be meeting with you tomorrow morning because this content is for 2 days. I'll meet with you again for daily briefing on Friday morning. Great. Are there any questions or comments regarding the content for this next 2 days? Okay, great. If there are no contents, I wish you happy viewing and happy reading for the next 2 days, today and tomorrow. Sibusiso, do you have a question?
No, it's not a question. I just wanted to say that it's piling up.
Yes, it is piling up.
Interesting.
Yes, but I can assure you today's content for today, tomorrow, very interesting. You will learn a lot from it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll see you again on Friday morning. If there are any questions or any difficulty along the way, you know how to reach me. I'm always available on WhatsApp. And if need be, we'll do a video call, okay? Because I want to be here to assist you to make sure you don't have any difficulties. Great. So enjoy the rest of your day and see you 9 o'clock on Friday morning. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, sir. Bye.
Bye-bye.